Thrawn Novel Review. Released earlier this year in 2017 before the Phasma novel, Thrawn is one of the best Star Wars novels in Star Wars Canon. Thrawn was originally a character that was introduced in the Star Wars Legends or Expanded Universe back in the 1990s. For those of you who do not know, there are two Star Wars timelines. You don't have to worry about Star Wars Canon, which really focuses on the movie trilogies and what happens during and in between them, which are all approved by George Lucas. Anyways, back to the book, which is what you came here for.
This is what you came for.
Thrawn is from an alien race called the Chiss, who are thought to be a myth or just an old wives' tale, and live far away from the outskirts of the known galaxy. The Thrawn novel gives us an origin story of Thrawn, or at least as far back as to when he was discovered by the Galactic Empire. We don't get to know how Thrawn grew up or how the Chiss live exactly, and exactly why Thrawn had came to the Galactic Empire in this book. But my honest theory as a Star Wars expert is that it has something to do with Snoke from the new trilogy. Thrawn is a cunning and ingenious tactician. He is very comparable to the likes of Heisenberg from Breaking Bad, Light Yagami from Death Note, and Batman from, well, Batman. His species have heightened vision in other senses compared to other humans, which greatly aid Thrawn's exemplary observation and strategic skills. Even though Thrawn was introduced as a villain in Legends and technically still is a villain in Star Wars canon since he's a Grand Admiral for the Empire, he really is more of a heroic character. He cares about the needs of his subordinates, and he is even merciful to his adversaries. However, in that case, he's always make sure that he's in control. He isn't one to try to take credit for everything that he does, but he also likes to encourage and bring out the best from his compatriots. Throughout the Thrawn novel, we see how Thrawn was able to reach the high status of Grand Admiral within the Imperial Navy faster than anyone in galactic history. Thrawn is discriminated against heavily. The Empire discriminates against most aliens because a lot of alien worlds sided with the Separatists that fought against the Republic during the Clone Wars. What causes Thrawn to face battle on two fronts: those who commit crimes against the Empire, and also those within the Empire that do everything to make sure that Thrawn doesn't succeed in his missions or worse, just because he's an alien. But it's always Thrawn who stays one step ahead of everybody else, even if his opposition is the ones that feel that they're in control. The undertones about racism and prejudice are extraordinary in this book, and about how the majority views minorities having strong positions of power. There is also an intertwining story about another character that debuted in Star Wars canon through the show Star Wars Rebels, which is Governor Price, aka Arenda Price, in which we get her complete origin story, and we also learn how she turned into a ruthless Imperial politician, as well as how she got into contact and met Admiral Thrawn. Like many Star Wars canon novels that have been released in the past few years, such as the Aftermath trilogy, it does give us some small breadcrumbs and insight as to how the First Order may have started, but it's more of a tease to the Star Wars fans more so than educate them on the actual events that took place at the end of the Empire and how the First Order actually came about. Plus, there are a number of other iconic Star Wars characters that make cameos in this book, such as Emperor Palpatine, Grand Moff Tarkin, and the greatest Star Wars character of them all, Darth Vader. All in all, Thrawn is an excellent read and is a must-have for any devout Star Wars fan that's looking for a good book. I will have to give Thrawn an A-. Really close to being as good as the Phasma novel, and definitely better than Heir to the Jedi and the Aftermath trilogy books. If you're interested in reading Thrawn, I have links below to both the physical and audio copies. This is your boy Brimizes, the Wise and Powerful. I will see you guys next time with a review of the Star Wars Aftermath trilogy.